you're here. I'm glad you're here. So thank you guys. Lisa says, I need a spiritual reset. Ashe. Brittany says, I'm here ready to find myself, find love, and trust in myself so that I might elevate to my true purpose. Ashe, Ashe. Love it. Well, thank you guys for your patience. I'm so glad to be here. Rachel says, I'm ready to learn myself even deeper, trying to live for myself and not him. Ashe. Yes, get your pen and notebooks ready like Gabriella. Get your pen and notebooks ready like Gabriella. Ashe. Autumn says, as a self-love coach, I always need to elevate. Yes, ma'am. Tia says, I'm ready to learn, evolve, and expand, release blockages, embracing my inner goddess and full potential. Ashe, queen. Yes. Well, you guys are in the right spot. I'm so glad you guys decided to join my live masterclass on how to love yourself and manifest like a goddess. Now, if you guys are new to me, my name is Olanike Osibowale, and I'm the CEO and founder of both Selfish Babe and Goddess Detox. Now, Goddess Detox was my first company that I founded. It is my spiritual women's wellness company. I've had this company for the last 7 years now. I started it when I was about 23 years old. And at that time is when my actual self-love and spiritual journey started. Okay. And so Goddess Detox is my spiritual women's wellness company where we sell products to women globally, self-love inspired products to women globally to help them physically, spiritually, and emotionally detox, as well as to love themselves. So you guys may have heard of my Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls, my Pussy Power Wash, like you guys were talking about in the chat, my Wealthy Woman Wash, and my Queen Steam and my Queen's Vaginal Steam. Okay, in the last 4 years, I have been able to bring in about 10 million in revenue through Goddess Detox. Okay, so Goddess Detox and my revenue and the money has allowed me to do a lot more things in my life, has allowed me to have a lot more freedom in my life, and has really helped me to really co-create the life that I want, right? And I want to talk about Selfish Babe, and I want to get back to that money part. Selfish Babe is my personal development brand. I started about in 2018. And I had started Selfish Babe because when I had Goddess Detox, I was giving people physical products. And I really wanted women to like learn how to love themselves. Like I was giving you guys physical products to like do a self-love act or to do a self-care act. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yes, 10 million in the last 4 years, but I've brought in way more because I've had my company for at least 7 years. But in the last 4 years, I've been able to bring in 10 million in revenue. Hey, can you guys hear me? If you guys can hear me, type yes. I think you can, but somebody just asked me, is there an audio I'm missing? So type yes in the chat if you can hear me. So now to Selfish Babe, I wanted women to really know how to love themselves. I wanted women to really feel like they could actually love themselves, like they knew, okay, I see the yeses. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I wanted women to know that they really could love themselves on a deeper level that is more than just, hey, I got my nails done. Hey, I'm doing my hair. I'm doing my makeup. You know, because you can do your hair, your makeup, and your nails, and you can still feel like shit. You could do your hair, your makeup, and your nails and not know yourself. You could do your hair, your makeup, and your nails and go and get that BBL and go and get that surgery. And guess what? You're still in toxic ass relationships with people that don't treat you right. Right? You're giving a lot more of yourself than you want to. You're putting yourself last on the totem pole. And so even when it comes to money, I mentioned I was able to bring in about 10 million in revenue, right? Yeah, that was good. But through that journey, I've learned some things, and not necessarily, I've learned a lot about myself, but I've also learned a lot about other people. You can have all the money in the world and still hate yourself. You can have all the money in the world and still lack confidence. You can have all the money in the world and not love yourself. And so for me, yes, money has been amazing. I love money. I love what money can do in my life. But on my journey, I've been able to build my character. And Ifa or in Lukumi, which is what I practice, they say, I think it's you have Iwe Pele. That means good character. You build good character. Some part of your purpose is about having good character. And so for me, in terms of my journey, I focused a lot on my character. I focused a lot on my personal development. I focused a lot on the unseen metaphysical world. I focused a lot on my spiritual journey because that is something that has always drew me in. Metaphysics, divine femininity, working with different deities, manifestation, using different tools, cleansing myself, using the herbs, etc. That has always caught my eye. Has always caught my eye. And I've learned as I've been going through my spiritual journey, different ways that I can really create the life that I want, different ways that I can get more money that I want. Because at the end of the day, when you go out for the things that you desire in your life, your what we call your head has to be on straight, right? And so for me, you can want all these things in the world, but if you do not love yourself, your foundation is rocky. Self-love is the foundation to everything. Self-love is the foundation for confidence, for money, for your dream life, and for the things that you want in your life. Without it, everything else is fucking rocky. And so for me, when it comes to Selfish Babe, I really want women to internalize, what does that mean to fucking love myself? What does it mean to care about myself? What does it mean to put myself first? And how does that look in actual action? I'm not just talking about it, I'm living it, right? And so for me, that's why Selfish Babe was really important for me to create. Yes, my app, Selfish Babe, you can get daily affirmations sent to your phone, which I love. You guys can listen to my Selfish Babe Selfish Talk podcast on my Selfish Babe app, right? Subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to take a photo and post this on Instagram, okay? At Selfish Babe. And you know, I really believe that both of my companies, Selfish Babe and Goddess Detox, goes hand in hand. And so I just wanted to make sure I said that to you all before I began. And I also want to say that when you are manifesting your goddess life, when you are manifesting like a goddess, when you're loving yourself like a goddess, I don't want you guys to think that everything is airy-fairy and everything is all nice and beautiful and pretty. Because as you are going through your self-love journey, there will be times where you are tired. There will be times where you are sad. There will be times where you are crying. There will be trials and tribulations that you will go through. But at the end of the day, it's about how you feel about yourself. And can you believe in yourself enough to continue to take that next step, no matter how hard it may be? Because it does get hard. Okay. And so for me, it's not just about airy-fairy, I'm being soft and that's it. I really believe as women, we have a lot of dualities. You know, some people are now using this word called dark femininity. Or divine femininity, but dark femininity. And I think I resonate a lot with dark femininity, which is for me, it's like the warrior goddess. It's the queen that has a machete in her hand that will literally chop heads off if she needed to, that will literally burn things if she needed to, that chaos energy. But then you also have that nice sweet energy that, you know, can persuade somebody with their sweetness and their softness. So we have different aspects of womanhood. And I think it's up to you to find out what aspect feels more good for you and when you can use it and when not to use it, right? And so I want you guys to get your pen and papers now, because I'm going to get into the masterclass and giving you guys how to love yourself as well as how to manifest like a goddess now. And at the end, I want to say this, at the end, I am going to offer something. I'm going to offer a group program for those that want to work with me closer in a group to actually practice these things. So stay to the end for that, as well as I'm going to be able to take 3 to 5 questions. So as I am going through this stuff, if you guys feel like you have questions, ask your questions towards the end or ask your questions in the Q&A section. I think that it's there, and I'm going to be able to take 3 to 5 questions, but I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm taking questions, and you guys can start asking your questions. Okay. So I want to make sure you guys know that I will take questions. And so when it comes to loving yourself and manifesting like a goddess, the first thing, number 1, you should know is that energy is everywhere. Write that down. Number 1, as a goddess, you know that energy is everywhere. As a goddess, I know that energy is everywhere. I know that energy is powerful. I know that I can shift the energy in my life, right? And if you didn't know, you can. So I want you to think about your body. I want you to think about your mind. Your body is composed of different cells, and all of these cells have energy. Your body's vibrating on a certain level, right? Some people say, you know, you can see somebody's aura. Some people may be very spiritually gifted where they can see somebody's aura, right? Or they can feel somebody's aura. And so your energy vibrates on a certain level. And based on that vibration is going to be whether or not you can create more things in your life that are blessings or create things in your life that are not blessings. So the first thing that you should know as a goddess is that energy is everywhere and that you can shift the energy in your life. That is possible. So just because you don't see something with your physical eye does not mean that it doesn't exist. Energy is everywhere and you can shift things with energy. Okay? That's the first thing that you should know. The second thing that you should know is that as a goddess affirms her world. A goddess creates her heaven here on earth. As a goddess affirms her world. A goddess affirms a goddess affirms her world. A goddess creates her heaven here on earth. Write that down. So, as you all know, we can look around us, right? You guys can even look around where you are right now. You may like your circumstances, you may love your circumstances, or you may not like your circumstances. You may actually be seeing like, I want to change. I want something different. I really don't really like the physical reality. I don't necessarily love my life, right? You may feel that way. And so as a goddess, creating her goddess lifestyle, manifesting like a goddess, because you know that energy exists, you also know that you can change this energy. And one way for me that has really helped me be able to shift and change my energy and also grow in my own self-love is affirming my life. When I think about affirming and affirmations, the way that I would describe them, they are like declarations of some things that I'm imposing on a energetic level to manifest in my physical reality, right? For me, affirmations are positive things that I'm saying to shift my reality to one that I want. Affirmations are positive things that I am saying to shift my reality to one that I want. And so as a goddess, you're creating your heaven here on earth. If we look around at different times of point, a lot of people like to joke around and say that earth is ghetto. Like I hear that joke around all the time. They're like, oh, earth is so ghetto. But guess what, guys? We're here on earth. And I want you guys to, even though that's funny, I want you guys to also know that earth can really be beautiful, that your life can be really beautiful, that you can wake up and just be so grateful for what you've created, right? And in order to be able to create the life that you want, you have to start affirming it and start believing it. The way that I've always described affirmations, let's say that I have an affirmation that came into my head. Let's say that I say my affirmation is, I am the most beautiful woman in the world. That's a word. Those are words that I'm speaking. And just so you guys have a visualization, I've talked this before. You want to pretend that the words that you are saying is a rainbow coming out of your mouth. It's a rainbow coming out of your mouth into your body, into your aura, right? And I mentioned that your body's composed of cells, and your cells are vibrating on a certain frequency. And so basically your words are used to change those vibrations within your cells and your aura, so that you can start behaving in a way where you're able to create the reality that you want, as well as to magnetize that reality to you. When you are speaking through the tongue and through your words, you are speaking into the unseen world, the metaphysical world, and you are impressing that on into the unseen world so that you can manifest something physical, right? So my affirmation that I just affirmed is that I am the most beautiful woman in the world. And you guys could actually believe that because I look so beautiful right now, based on the standards of beauty. But just because you guys believe that, what's important is that I believe that, right? It's important that I believe that. And so let's say that you didn't quite believe that right now. You didn't quite believe that you were the most beautiful woman in the world, but you wanted to change that. Then you would say that affirmation, I am the most beautiful woman in the world. And you maybe be like, but Olenike, I don't think that way. I don't feel that I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. There's so many other beautiful women in the world. They look so much better than me. Again, based on our standards of beauty here, I think beauty is relative. So you may feel that way, but you may be like, oh, I can't believe that. That's okay. You still want to say it. And the reason why you want to say it is because you are a goddess in training that is creating her heaven here on earth. And so as you are saying that affirmation, right? I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. Again, remember that rainbow. That rainbow is coming out. That rainbow is coming into my body. That rainbow is going into my cells. That rainbow is going into my aura. And so those words are shifting and affecting me. Those words are shifting and affecting you. Those words are shifting and affecting what we call in Ifa and Lukumi, your Ori, right? It's shifting your Ori. It's shifting the way that you think about yourself. And so if you're saying those words and you may not believe it in the beginning, but you're just going to fucking practice it, right? One day you may be like, I don't want to wear what I wear every day. I want to wear something different. So I'm going to try something different. This looked really good. I feel like I want to get my lashes done just because I want to try it. I think I want to try a new hairstyle. I want to see how that looks. Your behavior is shifting. Your thought is shifting. You are cultivating yourself to be the most beautiful woman in the world to you. To be the most beautiful woman in the world to you. And I want to make sure I say this very clearly. It is all about you. 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 The world will tell you that it is not always about you, but at the end of the day, it always comes back to you. Okay? It always comes back to you. Like somebody says, if you can't hear, exit and return and reconnect, because a lot of people can hear. So I don't want to leave. So exit and come back if you can't hear, okay? But that's why for me, affirmations and how we speak about ourselves and how we use the power of our tongue, because this right here in my mouth is fucking powerful. This right here in your mouth is fucking powerful. Your words are energy. Your words are carrying a vibration, right? That vibration is going into your cells, deep within your cells, because not only you all, but me, we have some limiting beliefs in ourselves. We believed some of the things that people have told us, that we weren't enough, that we weren't pretty enough, that we couldn't be confident enough, that we were too skinny, that we were too fat, that, oh, we should just do this. We should keep small, right? And so sometimes the things that people say get stuck in your body, get stuck in your cells. And so you want to start shifting that shit out of your body and from yourself, so you can start acting better, so you can start doing better, so that you can start believing better. So Rochelle says, affirmations have been hard for me to speak out loud. I can think them and hear the words in my mind. Rochelle, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that. I want you to start practicing to say them, even if you only read it. Like, okay, so let's say you write out your affirmation, right, Rochelle? Like, I'm going to stick with I'm the most beautiful man in the world. Even if you just say, I am the most beautiful man in the world, and you just read it on the paper, and then eventually you get brave enough to look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, I am the most beautiful woman in the world. That's enough to start with. That is enough to start with, because yes, your mind is powerful, but I want you to like speak it, because when you speak it, you're doing something on another level. You're really moving that energy out into the unseen world and into your cells. And that's what we want. We want that because we want to shift your mind and we want to shift your body. So I want to make sure I say that. Yes, Chantel, good example. She says, I wrote mine on my bathroom mirror. Ashay, Tandra said she does the same thing. You can write something on a piece of paper, post it up on your bathroom mirror and start looking at them, but you want to say them. I want you goddesses to start using your tongue. I want you guys, and I know that sounds weird, but I want you guys to start using the power of your tongue. You have something what we call in Lukami, your ashe, the power of your ashe, the power of your energy. Everybody has something. Everybody has a certain power. And you may be saying stuff to yourself or thinking to your stuff to yourself that is actually causing you detriment in your life. Right? We can, as goddesses, we can be blessings to ourselves or we can be our detriment, meaning that we could be speaking things and thinking things that are affecting us. And maybe because we're unaware or maybe we don't have self-control at the time, it's like, oh, you're saying these limiting things and that is causing detriment to your life. And you can shift that. As a goddess, you must know that you have the power to change your reality, which is what I talked about. You are creating your heaven here on earth. You are creating your heaven here on earth. Ooh, Magdalena says, yes. That's why I stopped speaking out of anger, because certain things would happen in alignment. Ooh, and I'd be regretful. Girl, people tell me too, you know, when you are angry, your shit is so extra powerful because you just feel that energy, right? You feel that energy in your body and you say it and it's like, shit. I didn't really mean it. I was just mad. So you do have to be careful. Yes, Chantel, thank you so much for telling people to log out and come back in if they can't hear anything. I really appreciate it. I want to go to number 3, y'all. We're getting ready to number 3. So yes, you want to speak your heaven here on earth. Number 3. As a goddess who is loving herself and who is really wanting to manifest her life, you want to connect to your ancestors. And I'll tell you about how connecting to my ancestors has helped me. Okay. You want to connect to your ancestors because our ancestors are here to help us. For those that don't know who ancestors are people in your bloodline that have passed away who are of good character. I want to highlight that part. Who are of good character, who are of great character. Your ancestors are people who have passed in your bloodline who have great character. Whether or not you know your mom, whether or not you know your dad or your grandma, you all have ancestors, whether or not you ever met them in your whole entire life. Because I know some people going to have that question, oh, but what if I've never met them before? It's okay. If you've never met them before, it's okay, because I know for a fact you guys have lineages and lineages of people that have came before you. Good character. Ancestors of good character. Number one, Ada, was energy is everywhere. Number two is that a goddess creates her heaven here on earth through affirming herself. Number three is that a goddess connects with her ancestors. Okay? Of good character. Good character. The reason why, it's because some people may have people in their family that may not have been great people. I've just seen too often now that I'm getting deeper into my spiritual practices and being able to be invited into different spaces, that some people's ancestors are not worth shit. I wouldn't even call them ancestors. They're despicable things of the ground. Because some people have done some really horrible things to people and their family members that is quite disgusting and shameful. And so those people are not ancestors of good character. You don't want to call upon those people. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my connection with my ancestors before I kind of go through how you can do that. When I was in graduate school at FAMU, I began to learn about ancestor veneration. Ancestor veneration to me is honoring and praising those that came before you. I am not Christian. I don't practice Christianity. I have nothing wrong with Christianity. My grandma was a good Christian and my grandfather was a Christian. I have the Bible on my ancestor altar because that's what my grandma liked. I may read stuff from the Bible from my grandma, right? And so even though I don't consider myself a Christian, I do honor the fact that my past ancestors of great character were Christians, okay? So for me, I practice something called Lukami Santeria, which is ATR, African traditional religion or spiritual practice, where we honor Orisha as well as honor our ancestors or as honor ourselves. But if you're a person that is like finding your way on your spiritual journey, that doesn't really know, like, I want to do this African spirituality or I want to stick to Christianity, no problem. Honoring your ancestors is for everyone. It's for everyone. Okay, it's not just for people that are in African spirituality. It's not for people that are Christian. It's for everybody. There's a lot of Southern Baptists that used to honor their ancestors through ancestor veneration, right? So I want you guys to know that wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you can honor your ancestors. Why? Your ancestors are those who came before you of great character. This is what I've learned that helped me to feel really good about this. Without them, there will be no me. Without them, there will be no me. Thank you, Rochelle, for giving the notes. Without them, there will be no me. And so for me, I find no probable reason why it would be wrong or quote unquote demonic for me to honor my ancestors of great character, those who came before me, right? And so there's a movie called Coco, and in Coco, they kind of give a description. If you guys haven't watched it, watch Coco on Disney. They gave a really good description about ancestors and honoring your ancestors and like why that's so important. Why I love honoring my ancestors, I had made a post about this yesterday, is because they help me believe in God, the goddess creator. They help me to show that the energy of reciprocity is so real. When you're honoring your ancestors, you're giving offering, right? So Tandra asks, how do you honor them, right? I honor my ancestors by giving offering. I give cooked food. I give alcohol. I give light, which is candle. I give water. And I may have some dirt or a plant. So what you want to have on your ancestor altar, you want to have white cloth. You want to have fresh water. You want to have a candle, a white candle primarily. You want to give food. And you want to give water. And you want to have a picture of somebody in your bloodline who is that of good character. Make sure the picture does not have you in it because you are alive. We do not want to have pictures of ourselves in it on our ancestor altar because you are alive. You only want to have pictures of those who have passed on, if you have it. Now, if you don't have any pictures of anybody in your bloodline, it's okay. As long as you have the other things, you're fine, right? And so for me, this is what happened. I give food to my ancestors and I say, thank you to my ancestors of great character, whose names I know and whose names I don't know. I'm giving you this offering of food today. And I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to them about what's going on in my life, what I didn't like, what I did like. And I'm going to talk to them like friends. And I'm going to continue to pour my energy into them because they pour my energy into me. As a goddess, you are pouring your energy into your ancestors and they feed off that. And they are going to pour their energy back into you by AKA removing obstacles out the way, granting you the things that you've prayed for, as well as protecting you. Ashe, Melissa, thank you for joining the Selfish as Fuck Academy. I really appreciate that. If you're going to the Selfish Babe app under book recommendations, you'll find some books about ancestor veneration. I don't have any on the top of my head right now, but if you're going to the Selfish Babe app under book recommendations, I have some there. And so through Amazon. And so for me, I've noticed that certain things that I've told my ancestors and prayed about and written about, AKA wrote a petition about to my ancestors and left it on the altar, I've realized that shit has moved for me. Things that were once obstacles didn't become obstacles anymore. Okay. For example, I wanted to get my warehouse for Goddess Detox. Some things was taking too long. And so I told my ancestors what was going on. I put on the thing, hey, I'm getting my warehouse swiftly and easily. The warehouse person was like, you know, they had so many other offers, but they just really loved our offer. They love what we stand for. They want us to have the warehouse. Boom, got the warehouse. My house was taking too long to get through. They were asking for all kinds of paperwork because I was a business owner. And as a business owner or somebody that's self-employed, I feel like you just have to, you go through a lot more stuff to get things because you got to prove all these things. And so at one point I was really tired. At one point I was like, I gotta charge my damn laptop. At one point I was like, dang, I'm raising my white flag. I don't even know if I want the house anymore. That's what I thought. I was like at my wit's end. I lit a white candle. I told my ancestors, I wrote a petition. I told them, hey, this is what's going on. But I also affirmed in my petition and said, getting my house is a swift and smooth process. I'm so grateful to receive my house. Getting my house is a swift and smooth process. I'm so grateful to have my house, right? Because again, as a goddess, what do? Number 2, we affirm our world. And as I'm affirming my world through words that I'm speaking, I'm also affirming my word through the words that I write. And I'm also in gratitude. And guess what? I'm living in that house now. I got the house now. And those are big things, right? But it could be little things. Maybe somebody's troubling you at work. Maybe you need guidance about maybe where you need to go, what you need to do, right? So for me, honoring my ancestors helps me to know that God exists, helps me to know that God, goddess exists. I love to say the creator because I like to see the God, goddess, creator as masculine and feminine energy, not just like this male body in the sky. I just don't resonate with that. I resonate with like a masculine, feminine energy all around. And that reciprocity. I know that when I'm giving my ancestors food, I'm feeding myself. I know when I'm giving my ancestors water, I'm giving water to myself. I'm nourishing myself. When I burn an incense for them, I'm giving them sweetness. I'm giving myself sweetness. So you want to make sure that you honor or practice ancestor veneration as a goddess, because the more you give them energy, the more they can help you here in this physical reality. So as a goddess, you are not here alone. You really want your spiritual team to support you, and your ancestors of great character is your spiritual team that's going to support you. Magdalena says, for me, I was hella scared to talk to them because I was scared they'd talk back. Like in a westernized, demonic, like insidious pop out from behind a closet energy. I couldn't handle that idea. I think that is a real example. I get it. I know a lot of women that were very scared to kind of connect with their ancestors. I think that's actually really funny. They're not like ghosty. Some people do have the sight where they can see spirits, right? And that could be a really scary thing for some people. But maybe you want to say, hey, ancestors of great character, give me signs that feel good to me and make sure that I'm not afraid. Give me signs that don't scare me. You know, maybe you're not ready to see that. Some people's gift is not that. Some people have the gift of hearing, where they can hear things, right? Or they can think things, the gift of knowing. And so I think that was a great example, Magdalena. But your ancestors of great character are nothing to be afraid of. They want to help you. They want to support you. The lineage continues to go on. They know that when they help you, they help themselves. You guys are bringing the lineage to the next level. So make sure you have that. Number 4, we're getting to number 4. As a woman who is loving herself and manifesting like a goddess, You cleanse yourself with the herbs. You cleanse yourself with the herbs. I hear you, Ashley. You have some knowledge now. You can open the door. It's okay. It is okay. And it's actually really important that you guys connect with your ancestors this year. It's just really important. You wanna stick close to your ancestors this year. You really want their support and your protection. You know, there is a lot going on in the world. Even though we are goddesses and we are manifesting our heaven here on earth, we still can't ignore what is actually happening in reality. And as a goddess, you want to be equipped with the tools. You want to be able to be equipped with the spiritual protection. Okay, spiritual protection is real, and I want to make sure that you guys have that. And so as you start communicating with your ancestors of great character, even though if they don't talk back, it's okay. Just talk to them. They hear you. Make sure you're affirming protection over yourself and your life. I am safe. I am well. I am protected. My ancestors of great character are covering me. I am safe. I am well. I am protected. My ancestors of great character are covering me. I am safe. I am well. I am protected. My ancestors of great character are covering me. Ancestors of great character, make sure to cover me in your protection. Make sure I'm well. Make sure I'm healthy. Make sure I'm protected. Okay, these are just some affirmations I'm giving that's coming to the top of my head as you guys are connecting with your ancestors and also walking in this reality. Even though we are connecting to the unseen world, there's a lot happening this year. There's a lot happening right now, and we can't ignore that. And so this is why we have our spiritual tools, okay, which is what I'm going into next. As goddesses, you want to make sure you are cleansing yourself with the herbs. You want to Yes, Ashe. You want to cleanse yourself with the herbs as a goddess. What does that mean? So, as I was on my spiritual journey, I was able to meet a lot of priests and priestesses of spiritual practices, like, for example, Ifa or Lukami, that knew a lot about herbal healing. And you may know this in hoodoo, if you've ever heard of hoodoo, using herbs to change and shift your reality. Herbs can also cleanse yourself, right? So as you are a goddess, you are aware of spiritual hygiene. Because you are aware of the unseen world, you are aware of your spiritual hygiene. We are interacting in this world. We are interacting with different people that may be on lower vibrational frequencies than we are, or that may be on lower vibrational frequencies than we are trying to get to, right? And so as we are interacting with other people of this world that may not really be so aware of being able to create and manifest their dream reality, you want to be able to cleanse off your energy, right? So again, as I talked about before, you can see your aura. Not you can't see your aura. Some can, some can't. But you have an aura, you have energy. And so with spiritual hygiene, think of sometimes going through this world as getting muck and pollution on yourself sometimes, right? Just because maybe somebody don't like you, maybe somebody is jealous of you, maybe you just had a really bad argument, maybe you were in a toxic environment, and that can feel heavy. That muck, that spiritual muck builds up, and that can feel heavy. And you may feel sad, you may feel depressed, you may feel tired all the time. And if those are things that are coming up, you want to be able to spiritually cleanse yourself. And so as a goddess, these are just some tools that I use, so write them down. Having Florida water is really cool. You can find Florida water at a local botanica or a spiritual space, or go to Etsy, or slight plug, you can order Goddess Detox's Cleanse That Negativity Away spray. My Cleanse That Negativity Away spray. It's like Florida water. And basically what that is, it's taking natural essences of herbs that are known to cleanse and putting it in a bottle. And you're able to wipe that. You'll be able to wash yourself with the Florida water, right? You're able to cleanse yourself with that water. Some people use sage. Some people use Palo Santo. I personally like to make spiritual baths. And so as a goddess, I think it's extremely important that you cleanse yourself with the herbs. And a bath that I love, love, love to use is basil and coconut milk. So make sure you write this down, basil and coconut milk. Basil is an herb known to cleanse you off. So you want to get fresh basil or dried basil, mix it in the coconut milk, add some spring water, rub the herbs together, and you want to pray over it. You want to pray over it. You want to affirm that I am cleansing myself, that I am spiritually clean, that I am well, that I am healthy. And after you take a shower, you want to be able to dump that mixture all over your body, wipe down to cleanse away. Like we're wiping down to say, I'm getting rid of this. right? The white symbolizes purity of the coconut milk, and the basil symbolizes being able to cleanse off negative energy. And you're going to pat dry, and you're going to wear white for the evening. Okay? So for me, herbs are spirits. Herbs have properties of certain things, right? And so an aspect of basil is the fact that it can cleanse off negative energy. That is a metaphysical aspect of basil. Herbs are not just out here to help us physically. They do help us. Yes, regular basil. They do help us physically, but they also help us on a spiritual and emotional level. So herbs are spirits, and they have a specific energy and a specific frequency. And so as a goddess, you are aware of this. You are aware of this. You can no longer leave and tell me you're not aware of this. You are aware of this now. Herbs are spirits, and they have a certain frequency, right? If I wanted to add more sweetness into my life, I may use the herb cinnamon because it's sweet. I may use honey on my body because it's sweet. I want to get more sweetness into my life. This is old magic. This is known as hoodoo. The metaphysical aspects of the herbs to shift your current reality. Your words and your mind are not the only thing that can shift your reality. The herbs can shift your reality too. So as you are a goddess, you are cleansing yourself because you're upkeeping with your spiritual hygiene, because you're still in this physical reality, and some shit can still happen in this physical reality, and you want to make sure you're good. I didn't add this. I said cleanse self with herbs. Oh, number 5. This is number 5. Okay, I did add this. So number 5 is a goddess does juju on herself with the herbs. So I talked about spiritual hygiene and cleansing yourself, which is really important. I need you guys to do that. I want you guys to do that. But as a goddess, you do juju on yourself, which is magic on yourself. Magic to attract things. Magic to magnetize things. Some of my magic that I do is I burn candles and I take my spiritual baths, right? So let me think about like a quick little bath. Okay, so let's say that I'm about to take a bath with roses, right? I'm going to take a bath with roses. I'm going to get a fresh bunch of roses. I'm going to run my bathtub and I'm going to pour roses in there. And I'm going to set the intention that as I am in the bath, that these roses are infusing my body and my energy with the energy of love. And it's true. Roses have the metaphysical property and energy of love. Now, how can you know that, right? You want to Google. Google is your best friend right now. What is the metaphysical property or spiritual use of? Metaphysical property or spiritual use of sage, rose, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove. These are just examples. Spirit, you want to say spiritual properties or metaphysical properties? Yes, some books on this stuff is in the Selfish Babe app under book recommendations. I just want you to know it's there as well. Yes, Tia, you can use dried roses. I love fresh roses, but you can use dried roses as well. So let's see, I'm going to get into my bathtub. I'm going to sit in the silence, or maybe I'm playing some music, but some really quiet music because I want to hear myself. Because we all can hear ourselves. Our inner energy as a goddess, your goddess is always speaking to you. But you have to be able to have quietness. This is extra stuff. This wasn't even on my list. You have to be able to have silence. You have to be able to have quietness in order for yourself to hear yourself. Hey, Fatima says, I love Damiana with roses. Ashe, Damiana is a wonderful herb to use, right? And so I'm going to be in my bath and I'm going to take those actual roses or whatever herb that I'm using, and I'm actually going to rub my body. I'm going to rub my whole body, wash my body. If I can, I'll put it on my face, on my ears, and in my hair. Because I know as a goddess that this plant is healing. I know the metaphysical property of this plant. If I know that I need more love in my life, whether it's support from other people or myself, then I'm going to use an herb that symbolizes that, right? And love is such a powerful energy. And so I'm going to use those roses to show myself love. I may say, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I continue to show up for myself every day. I choose me. I choose me. This is why I'm in the bath. As a goddess, you are using the herbs to change your fucking reality, and you are to change yourselves, to change your body. Because as you are rubbing those roses on your body, you are now saying that I want to magnetize love to me and through me. It's not only about attracting a lover or attracting a soulmate. It's about attracting the love and raising the love within yourself so that you could show up for yourself. When you love yourself to your core and you infuse that in your body through your voice and your words and your herbs, you show up for yourself in a different way. You leave toxic situations. You don't stand for things that you used to stand for. And so what the roses in this example is doing is helping you magnetize love for yourself, and it's helping you stand up for yourself. It's helping you to love yourself. It's helping you to see yourself as the most beautiful woman in the world. And we're using our words in our bath to help continue to create that. We know as goddesses that I'm speaking into my bath. I'm speaking power. I'm using my ashe. We know this as goddesses. And so in terms of loving yourself as a goddess and manifesting as a goddess, you have to have this knowledge that this is what's happening. We live in the physical world. We operate in the physical world, but we're also operating in the unseen world to shift our physical reality to one that we want, to one that we enjoy, to one that we love, to one that feels good, right? So that's just an example. Now, number 6. Number 6 is, as a goddess, you know that you have pussy power. As you guys know, I have my yoni wash called Pussy Power. Y'all was talking about it in chat that I saw earlier. And my Pussy Power wash through Goddess Detox is a yoni wash. It's a self-love yoni wash that has real rose quartz crystals in it to magnetize love to yourself. But Pussy Power is a real thing. Pussy Power is the power of your pussy. Pussy power is you knowing your power as a woman or a person that has a vagina, for my non-binary people in the audience, if that is you. Pussy power is your creative energy. Pussy power is your sensualities, your sexualities, your creative energies, your creative juices. Pussy power is you honoring your womb and your vagina. Pussy power is knowing that your pussy and your vagina is a portal. Right? Pussy power is knowing that you do more than just create physical babies here on this earth. Pussy power is knowing that you also birth other things into this reality that doesn't have to just be children. Pussy power is the ashe, is the power of your pussy that you walk with every day. And so as a goddess, you have to be able to know this, and you also have to be able to cleanse this area. When it comes to your vagina and your pussy, that also can have pollution. Just like your body can have pollution, right? Your pussy can have pollution, which is why I have my Goddess Vaginal Detox Pearls, which is why I recommend vaginal steaming. You don't just have to use my products. You can use other people's products, which is why you start speaking to your womb, which is why you start affirming your womb, which is why you start taking the mirror and looking at your vagina, and affirming that. Right? When you look into the mirror, or take a mirror, or take your phone, but do a mirror if you can, and you look at your vagina and you speak into your mirror, into the vagina, you are setting that energy, that reflection of those words into your vagina, into that portal. You are charging up your portal. Okay? And so an affirmation that I always talk about is, my pussy is powerful. My pussy is powerful. My pussy is powerful. I love my womb. I love my yoni. My pussy is bringing me success. My pussy is drawing in success. I'm going to bring that energy in and feel it through my pussy and clench that into my body. For some of you all, you guys can work with orgasm. You guys can have orgasms and think about what it is that you are manifesting and draw that into your body. This is pussy power. Pussy power is utilizing the power of your pussy to help to create the reality that you are desiring and to step into your power as a woman. Your pussy is more than just a place to have babies. It is something to be admired. It is something to know. And I feel like if you're a woman and you're a goddess that begins to know your pussy power, your confidence is naturally going to rise. You won't just fuck anybody. You'll be choosy. You want to have partners that honor your pussy. You want to have partners that probably affirm your pussy. If they're going down on you, they're probably speaking affirmations into your pussy. My girlfriend does that for me. So you want to start having like divine partnerships. You don't want to stick with the toxic dick or the toxic pussy. You really want to be with partners that love you for you, that honor you for you, that honor your changes for you. Because as you are shifting and manifesting yourself into this goddess who is creating her dream life, you are going to go through a lot of different changes. You are going to go through depths, metaphysical depths, not liking the same things. You may want something different for yourself. And so having partners that really support that for you, I think is beautiful. And so as a goddess who is manifesting, who is loving herself, you want to stand in your pussy power. You want to use your vagina. You want to know that my vagina, without my vagina, the world wouldn't exist. I always tell like my selfish babes, one way to know that your pussy is powerful is to just simply think that without a woman, without the vagina, none of this would be here. The world would not be here. People would not be here. Because in order for people to be here, what must happen? Birth must happen. Through where? Through the vagina, through the pussy. And so if you need to remind yourself of your power, remind yourself of that. Remind yourself that it wouldn't happen without a woman, that you are fucking powerful, that your pussy is powerful. That's what I teach in my Power of Looking at Your Yoni course. I teach this in my Selfish as Fuck Academy. I talk about this all the time. Yes, let the toxic tongues go. Pussy or dick attacks. Toxic energy has got to go and has no place near. Okay, Rochelle, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, 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 Larissa. Ashe. Wendy says, I love to manifest when having an orgasm. Ashe, Ashe. So I'm going to go over them because Bree is asking, can people type 1 through 3? So Bree, get ready. I'm just going to go over it. So if you have been writing things down, number 1, as you are loving yourself and manifesting like a goddess, number 1, you are aware that energy is everywhere. You are aware that energy is everywhere. Number 2, a goddess is affirming her world. A goddess knows that she is creating her heaven here on earth. Number 2, a goddess is creating her world. A goddess knows that she is creating heaven here on earth. Thank you, Brie. I'm glad you love it. Number 3, a goddess connects with her ancestors of great character, her bloodline. Because why? Because of having a spiritual support team. Having people that can move and shift things out the way so that you can continue creating your goddess life. Number 4, a goddess cleanses herself with the herbs. This is number 4. A goddess cleanses herself with the herbs. Number 5, a goddess does juju on herself with the herbs. Okay, we're not doing juju on other people. We're doing juju on ourselves. We're taking our spiritual baths. We're lighting our candles with the herbs on it. Number 6, it was supposed to be 5, but number 6, as a goddess manifesting her life, you know that you have pussy power. You are tapping into your divine feminine energy, your sensuality, your sexuality. You are looking at your vagina with a mirror. You are knowing that without your vagina, the world would not be here. You are speaking words of love and confirmation into your vagina. You are masturbating with an intention in mind so that you can have that orgasm go deep into your cells, because you can shift things through orgasm as well. Right? As a goddess, we know all this. And so as a goddess, you're using all these aspects of yourself, all these aspects of the earth, of the unseen world, to create your reality and keep yourself protected. That is how you can start loving yourself and manifesting like a goddess. Now, because we're ending, I want to be able to take some questions. And so if you have questions, type them in the chat or the Q&A section. Actually, the Q&A section would be great, because I'm going to take 3 to 5 questions. Now, as I take my 3 to 5 questions, I told you guys I wanted to offer something for those of you guys who are ready. I want to be able to lead a group of you all through my 4-week live program through my Selfish as Fuck Academy, where I go deeper into you manifesting like a goddess, tapping into your self-love on a deeper level. I show you how to make the baths. I show you how to make your candles. I give you step-by-step pussy affirmations and affirmations to change your life. But it is a beautiful program. I show you how to connect with your ancestors. I do all of this, right? But I want to take a group of women who want to be around a group of spiritually minded women together for 4 weeks. We're going to have 1 to 2 live calls as well as a private chat. And I want to be able to start that on March 22nd. On March 22nd, I want to be able to start that. And so if you are a woman or a selfish babe that's like, yes, I really want to tap deeper into this. I really want to love myself more. I really want to choose myself. I want to know how I can tap more into my sensuality and divine femininity. Then I highly suggest joining my live 4-week program. We start March 22nd. And so in order to join, the full price to join is $11.25, or you can join today at $9.99, or for 2 payments of $666. I have everything here on this offer. So you're going to see something to your right that says join now. If you guys are in this webinar, you guys can get $126 off by using the code webinar. You guys can click that link and you guys can learn more about my program and join. But we begin March 22nd. That's my first offering. I'm still going to answer your guys' questions. So make sure you guys are asking questions. Okay. I just want to make sure I go over this. My second offering is for the goddess out there or the selfish babe out there that's like, I don't really like groups too much. I really want to work with Olanike one-on-one. I want to work on a specific thing involving my self-love and my spirituality with Olanike, and I want to work with her one-on-one. And so I also have a one-on-one offering where I will work with you one-on-one for 5 weeks. You have text message access to me. We're going to be doing 2 to 3 live video calls, as well as going over your specific things, and you get access to my Selfish as Fuck Academy. And so if you want to work one-on-one with me, that is $5,000 for 5 weeks. And in order to apply for that, go to my Instagram at Selfish Babes and type 555. Now, the reason why I do not have a link for that is because when I'm working one-on-one with somebody, it's very special. It's very sacred. I don't just pick anybody. I'm very choosy about my energy when it comes to one-on-one work. But if you feel like, hey, I'm a selfish babe that really wants that, DM me on Instagram at selfishbabes555. We're going to have a conversation, and then we'll see if we can work one-on-one together. If you're a selfish babe that's interested in the live 4-week program with the group chat, the live calls, you want to take my Selfish as Fuck Academy live in a group with other spiritually open-minded women, then you want to join over there, okay, and get the money off. Now I'm going to go back into the chat, and I want to answer your guys' questions, okay? Larissa, do I teach how I created my wealth? Not really in my program. I can though for the one-on-one, because in my Secure the Bag challenge, I go over like money mindset, and I also go over like different people you can follow. I do have something that I am working on where I'm giving like a step-by-step ebook on like how to create a physical product, how to find a vendor, how to market on Instagram. That's something different that I'm working on. But if you're working on with me one-on-one, I can help you with that. But as a group, that's not what I'm teaching in the group. I'm more so teaching the spiritual aspects. So let me go and look at some of your questions. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so Amani says, does the water on your altar get low, like someone has been drinking out of it? If so, do you know what that means? Yes, the water does get low. Alcohol gets low. That means that it's a confirmation that your ancestors have received the offering, okay? Fatima, will your pearls be available to ship in Canada? Yes, not right now. I'm still working on my natural products approval. I've already submitted approval. I'm just waiting for Health Canada to approve me, girl. It's been a journey. I know that one day I will be in Canada. If you are a woman that's wanting to order from Canada, you want to use a forwarding company. So just Google Forwarding Company Canada. They give you a US address, and you're able to go on my website and order, and they'll forward it to you. No, I am not reposting this in the app, but if you want to rewatch this, you guys will receive an email in about 3 hours to watch the replay. So if you missed the beginning and you want to catch it again, you'll get an email in 3 hours to watch the replay, but I will not be posting this video anywhere else. Question from Kaylin. How do we know which ancestors have good character or not? This is what I'll say. You want to start talking to any family members that you know that knew of other family members that have been deceased. And you kind of want to ask, how was growing up with this person? How was your grandma? How was this person? Was she a good person? You want to ask those questions, right? Also, if you are a person that knows that your ancestors were slave owners, right? Let's say that your great-great-great-grandfather or great-great-grandmother was a slave owner, then that wouldn't be an ancestor of great character you may want to call on, right? So I would just say for now, if you don't know specifically, just say, hey, I'm calling upon my ancestors of great character. But if you know your grandma Lucy was doing it, a great woman, then call on her, you know? But if you don't know, ask around, but you only want to call on your ancestors of great character. Sarah, can you explain Ashe? Ashe for me is the power that you have within you, the power that you have within you to move things, to change things. So for example, power of your tongue, right? How somebody had mentioned when they angry and they speak, how like shit happened and they regret it. It means they probably have a powerful Ashe. It means that they have the power to move things rapidly. Some people have more Ashe than others. Some people's Ashe grow over time, over practice, over dedication. If you're just beginning, you may have a lower Ashe and it can rise. I would just describe it as your power. No, Talise, can I refer any priestesses? Not at this time, but I do affirm that within the next year or two that I can. But I do refer somebody in my Selfishness Fuck Academy that is able to give you guys spiritual readings. So if that's something that you're interested in and you want to join my Selfishness Fuck Academy for that, let me see. Feel more comfortable. Rochelle says, how do you set up your space to feel more comfortable doing a yoni steam? You want to make sure that your space feels like a sacred place, right? You want to have some low lights, and you don't have to do it in the bathroom. You can take the queen's throne and put it on the floor in your room. You don't have to use it on the toilet. On the back of the product, I give you instructions on how to do the toilet method or the floor method. If you're doing the toilet method, then turn on some low lights, light a candle, light some incense, put on some soft music. You know, you want to set that place up that makes you feel good to be there. Let me see. How long do you keep the food offering for? I usually remove it after 3 days. For if it's something that has to be removed quickly, 24 hours, but 3 days for me is good. Can I do the pearls with an IUD? Yes, you can, but only with warning. There's a small chance that the pearls may move your IUD, but you can. Many women have and have been fine. How often should we use the detox pearl? Only 2 pearls at a time. So you only use 1 pearl at a time. It comes with 2, but you only use 1 pearl at a time. And, you know, you can use it no more than twice a month. But in terms of how to use it, that's in the instructions when you purchase. All right. So I answered questions that I saw in the Q&A. Does anybody have any other questions that they want to ask me just in the chat? Because I'm looking there now. Quan was like, play Olanike's song. Yes, y'all. I do have a song called Pussy Power on Spotify, on Apple Music, and it's pussy with $2 signs, okay? And Pussy Power is basically yoni affirmations. And so if you want to listen to some yoni affirmations, go to Spotify, go to Apple, look up Olanike Osibawale, and you'll see my song. So let me see. Celebrate for 2 years. If you have any other questions, ask right now because I'm about to end this. And remember, if you want to join the live, and if you have any questions about the live 4-week program, do let me know. Oh, I didn't publish this. Oh, okay. The link is here if you want to join the live 4-week program. I thought I had the link here, but the link is here. If you want to join the live 4-week program, the link is to the side. Like I said, use the code webinar to get $126 off. If you want to work one-on-one with me, DM me 555. We can chat about it. If you want to join the live week 4-week program, like I said, it's going to be a group of women that are spiritually open-minded. We're going to have the private chat. You guys are going to go through the Selfish as Fuck Academy with me, which is my #1 spiritual self-love program where I teach you how to make the bath. I teach you what to speak. I teach you and show you how to make the cleansing bath. I teach and show you how to make the magnetizing self-love bath. I teach you how to make your self-love candles. What else do I teach you? I teach you how to tap more into your pussy power. I teach you how to romance yourself with the mirror and through dancing. And so I also teach you how to set up your ancestor altar and connect more with your ancestors. I also have a reader that I highly recommend for my people that want to get spiritual readings or want to connect more with your ancestors and see what they have to say. Because I did not mention this, but as a goddess, I definitely keep up with my spiritual readings. I haven't really gotten any this year because I'm in my own initiation process, but I do recommend spiritual readings from a trusted reader. That has definitely helped me along my spiritual and my business journey. And so I always recommend it. So I have somebody in my program that is able to also give you that reading. And so if you are a woman that wants to join, click join now. Use the discount code. We begin March 22nd. Now I'm going to get back to the chat. Let me see. Thank you, Fatima. I appreciate that. Am I willing to do an event in person as in a retreat? Yeah, I am willing to do a retreat. I am willing to do an event in person. I know that I had my selfish, what did I have? I had my Pussy Power event over the summer in Atlanta, which is really good. I want to do another one. I have been thinking about retreats and something I do want to do. I just don't know when, but it's definitely something I want to do. Let me see. Jessina. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I bought your pearls. Not sure if I can use them since I'm on an IUD birth control. You can. I just mentioned before, if you have an IUD, it's with a warning. It may move your IUD. That's funny. What is the best way to start growing? So all of the things I just went over, Tandy, is the best way to start growing in your femininity and strengthen your goddess energy. Rochelle, is there any payment plans? Yes, there is a payment plan that I have, which is 2 months of 666 is a payment plan. So you either pay $11.25, or because you're part of this webinar, you get a discount, which you pay $9.99, or it's 2 payments of 666. That's what I have as the payment plan. Let me see. Okay, cool. Those are all the questions, I think. Somebody says, Gabriella. Olanike says, thank you so much for doing this and making it free. A whole hour of your time and energy. I appreciate it so much. Can't wait to shop with you. Thank you, Gabriella. I appreciate your gratitude and your thanks. I'm so, so grateful. Let me see. Okay, cool. Any other questions? And if you have any questions of the somebody says 666 is my lock code on my passcode. This is just so many fucking signs that I'm supposed to be here. Yes, love. Yes, Magdalena. Ashe. Any advice to a self-love coach? I would say be authentic. I think that self-love is deep. I think that self-love is spiritual. I think that everybody has their own experiences in life that can help other women and guide them, especially as a self-love coach. So I would say to be your most authentic self. Rochelle says the Pussy Power event was amazing. I will for sure be at the next one and this retreat that is coming that is going to be on point. Thank you. Ashe. Thank you. Ashe. Thank you. Bless you. Your affirmations are always on time. Thank you, Olanike. I love you so much. And thank you for this. No problem, guys. I love you guys so much. I'm thankful for your energy. If you want to join, I would love to see you in my 4-week program. We begin on March 26th. So I'm just going to leave this up. I'm going to be on for 2 more minutes. I'm going to play some music. Some outro music, okay? Actually, I'm going to play this song. Rochelle may know this song because this is a Haitian Copa song that I really love. And it just makes me want to like make love to myself. It's like my favorite song. It's called DF Story 1 by Joey Duet Feli. I don't know if you guys see that. I'll type it in. I don't know if I can type it in. But anyway, it's a Haitian song. somebody had asked, how do you connect more with your femininity? How do you connect more with your goddess? You want to dance. You want to move your body. You want to feel sensual. You want to move your hips. Ooh. You want to move your hips. You want to feel it. You want to feel your sensuality, okay? Now, let me get back to these questions before I go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm looking back in the chat. Good night, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm actually Jamaican. I'm not Haitian, but I love Haitian music. I love compa music. Okay. Ashe, Brooklyn. Ashe, Ashe. You just add the honey in your bath, Imani. That's how you use it. You just add it in. Somebody says, you rebalance my Libra scales in a major way this evening. Yes. Ashe. I feel like I want to dance, y'all. I just want to say thank you, guys. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. And I'm affirming to see y'all in my program if that's something that's calling you. And I would love to work with you one-on-one if that's something that's calling you too. So for you guys, you want to move your hips. Woo! Somebody says I am Haitian and dancing to my Haitian music always makes me feel connected. Ashe. You want to move those hips, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see, but you want to. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to go. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram at selfishbabes with an S. You can talk to me more about the program if you want. You guys can click the offer that's up. I'm going to leave. I love you guys so much. I'm affirming that you guys have an amazing night. Thank you guys for joining me. The replay will be sent to your emails. Bye, y'all. All right, so